Weekly Shonen Jump, you've got a good one here. The Promised Neverland Chapter 32. Oh my guys, oh my days, guys. Honestly, I didn't see that coming. The writer is amazing. I can't pronounce his name. It's like Shirai Sensei. He is amazing, and the artist as well. I believe it's Demsu or something like that. I'll have to research that. I need to check back up on that. But either way, the artist and the writer, because there's a separate artist and a separate writer for this series. They are phenomenal. What they did with this chapter was fantastic. I'm just like flipping it. I can't even. Ray is a flippin' G. Honestly, the thing is, this is what's so sick about Ray. He comes in and like, it's just awesome. The whole atmosphere and everything. Ray and Emma are like, oh no, we haven't stopped. We haven't stopped believing. We haven't given up. And then Ray comes in and he's just like, oh, you thought of that. Boom! Pours over himself with just oil. You know what? It's just so damn hype. Oil, petrol, whatever. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next chapter. I swear, every single chapter is a cliffhanger. But you know what actually gets me so hyped, and what is kind of hard to think about? We're only 32 chapters in now. This doesn't only testify just to the greatness that is this series and just how amazing the writer actually is, but if this was like another shonen series, we wouldn't be seeing this till like 50, 60, 70 chapters down the line. And that's what I love about it. Yeah, a lot of things happen every single chapter. It's not too fast paced. I love the pacing of it, but it doesn't drag. Like, the pacing doesn't drag. I'm always tense. I'm always at the edge of my seat waiting to see what happens next. So yeah, this chapter was like 11 out of 10. It was a go. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is one of my favorite chapters of The Promised Neverland. It was amazing. Just the whole suspense, especially with all the plans. So, guys, do you think Ray's gonna die? Do you think he's actually dead? This is the thing what I love about The Promised Neverland. By all what's been happening, ever since Sister Crone's death, I've realized that this mangaka is not afraid to kill off the characters for the sake of the plot. And that is really good, because, for example, we're not going to get one where it's just be like deaths which aren't. We're not going to get unnecessary deaths, and we're not going to get deaths which are executed poorly. So I am happy with the fact that, yeah, maybe Norman is dead. Yeah, it's extremely sad, but the man has got guts. The man has got courage to kill off main characters. And I'm interested to see how, let's say, because I do know a lot of us don't think Norman's dead. Yeah, I personally don't think Norman's dead, but I think Ray is. I think Ray is. So let's say hypothetically speaking, Norman and Ray is dead and Emma's just by herself. How do you think that's going to impact the main character? How do you think that's going to impact Emma? And it kind of does make sense if Norman and Ray are both dead, because we see it in the colour page, like Emma's just holding on by that string. And what also, this colour page also gives me a little bit of other theories just to grab onto, theories to create. But before I get to that, how many colour pages have we had in The Promised Neverland? We're only 32 chapters in, and we've had quite a lot. Now, obviously, colour pages aren't a direct correlation to popularity, but it kind of gives you a rough estimate, because colour pages, they cost more expensive to obviously print in colour. So if they're getting more colour pages, most times series get colour pages due to like end of the arcs, or like an anime opening, or just popularity, like the volume sales, etc. So we've gotten so many colour pages so far in The Promised Neverland. We're Promised Neverland. We're sailing smoothly. And that's just amazing for this series. It's not too long now that we'll be getting an anime. I can bet on you on that. You know what, I wouldn't be surprised if we get news about it this year. I'm not jinxing on anything, but I think we're going to get an anime. Like, at least news of an anime this year. We're only 32 chapters in, so let's have patience, let's take it easy. But, so pretty much the premise of this chapter. So from last chapter when we see, you know, Ray and Emma, they were just like, I give up, they were just grieving. Actually, they were putting on a face, they were putting on a facade. And I think a lot of us were talking about this last chapter. So Emma and Ray, they were basically keeping it low. They were being very quiet. They were acting like they were grieving, and they weren't planning so that Isabella won't think anything's amiss. So whilst they were all basically putting on that facade of not doing anything, Emma kind of put the duty on to Don and Gilda. So Don and Gilda, during all of this time, they were, running up and checking supplies. I believe it was a month or a 2-month time skip. I may be incorrect. But whilst they were doing this, Don and Gilda, they were running up supplies. They were still getting on with their escape. So that's really awesome. During this time, we didn't really find out what Ray was doing, actually. Ray was still getting on with the escape, but we didn't really know specifically what he was doing. But either way, this chapter, it's like it was 20 minutes before Ray's birthday, and obviously on his 12th birthday, that's when he was going to get shipped out. So I really do love it. I know Ray was I do like Ray as a character. He kind of became a martyr at the end of the chapter. So, I think it's kind of interesting because I love Ray's character, and think about it. He's had what did he have? Childhood amnesia. So he remembers everything. He hasn't forgotten anything. So for 12 years, 6 years, this man has been planning. He's been planning his escape for 6 years. And to think that, I think he originally planned to escape with Ray, Emma, and Norman. But I think when Norman died, he was just like, okay, like, the plan's over. That's what I think personally. So it seems like he sacrificed himself because he's realized he sent so many kids to their deaths because obviously he wasn't doing anything about the information that he knew. So he was allowing all these kids to get consumed, to get killed by the demons. And he was like, enough's enough. I'm ending it here. He's gonna set this house up. When Ray said that, I was just like, let's set this house ablaze. I was like, yo, this came out of nowhere. Like, plot twist and a half. So that was kind of hyped. But with Ray, I'm still hyped. I read this chapter this morning and I'm still damn hyped. But with Ray basically setting himself alight, yeah, he's killing himself, but he's doing it basically like, if I'm going down, you guys are going down with me pretty much, because he doesn't want to be eaten. He says he's a human, like, even if he's dead, he doesn't want his charred body to be consumed by the demons. So that's kind of lit. 12 years old though, like the man's got courage right there, that's all I can say, the man has courage. But we see at the end of the chapter, widespread page, the explosions happening and all that kind of stuff, and it seems like, I don't know, it seems like Emma's running towards Ray, or is Emma running away from Ray? I'm not really sure. I think she's running towards him. I may be incorrect, but that's how I saw it from that chapter. But even so, I truly do think 100% Ray's gonna die. Like, you can't really get back from this. You sprayed yourself with petrol, so your flammability just increased to freaking 400% right there. And the whole kitchen is being what's it called? You can say marinated pretty much with petrol. So when that matchstick came off, it was ablaze. And funny thing, chapter 23, we get a color page, and it said like something of despair, or like fire of despair, something like that. And basically, the farm was alight. The farm was like burning up. So foreshadowing, my guy. Shira Sensei, you are a beast. I love your writing. You're amazing with this series. I really love what they're doing with this series, to be honest. 32 chapters in and it's straight greatness. Shonen Jump's got a golden nugget in their basket, so it's kind of hype. So guys, please let me know what you think of what's going to happen in the next chapter. Ray said something to Emma. Ray basically said that he didn't agree. Obviously, he didn't agree with taking all the kids, and he said this is a decision that you have to make for yourself. Judging by the color page, we see Emma by herself, like literally dragging one to get strings. I don't think Emma is going to take all the kids. I really don't. I think it's only going to be Emma, Don, and Gilda. But I'm interested to see how that will be executed, and I'm interested to see how Emma will relay that information onto Don and Gilda. I think that's the most probable, because face it, now Emma's the only one pretty much, she's by herself. Now that Norman and Ray are out of the equation, how is Emma with Don and Gilda going to take, what, 10, 15, how many kids there are? How are they all going to do that? So, it's not plausible. So I do think Emma's going to leave him. And I'm kind of, if that does happen, it'll be awesome to see how that will be taken, because it'll be a route where we don't see it'll be a route which we would have expected, because obviously we think Emma's going to be the typical shonen protagonist. So guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below of this chapter. What did you think? This chapter was crazy. So I loved it. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked anything I'd say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next week for that greatness. That is the Promised Neverland chapter 33. Subscribe for weekly reviews of this greatness. Peace out, guys, and goodbye.